Heirloom beams are more than structural supports. They are living artifacts bearing the stories of generations long gone. From the timbered halls of medieval homes to centuries-old barns and shrines, these beams have weathered wind, rain, insects, and decades of use. Yet many of them survive because past builders understood the principles of preservation, methods born from observation, trial, and necessity. Restoring such beams today is not just a matter of aesthetics. It is a way to honor history while ensuring structural integrity. It requires patience, knowledge, and respect for the wood itself. In this guide, we explore the time-tested care that has kept beams standing for centuries, the reasoning behind these methods, and practical ways modern enthusiasts can apply them to bring heirloom timber back to life. Why understanding the past is essential to restoring timber. Before undertaking any restoration, it is critical to understand how the wood was originally treated and how it has aged. Historical builders knew that timber needed to be seasoned, protected from moisture, and sometimes treated with smoke or gentle heat to resist insects and decay. Ignoring these original methods can undermine restoration efforts. Examining the wood's age, grain, and exposure history provides insight into the most effective treatments. For practical application, start by inspecting every beam for cracks, rot, and signs of insect damage. Identify which sections can be preserved and which require reinforcement or partial replacement, always aiming to retain as much of the original material as possible. Gentle cleaning preserves structural integrity. It's really quite important, because without it, the original strength of the material could be compromised. Restoration begins with careful cleaning. Dust, debris, and accumulated dirt can hide cracks or even accelerate decay if left untreated. So it's essential to address these issues right from the start. However, aggressive sanding or harsh chemicals can damage the wood's fibers, weakening the beam. So it's always best to proceed with caution and, choose methods that protect rather than harm. Historical techniques favored gentle brushing, scraping with hand tools, or using mild, natural solutions to remove surface grime. Modern restorers can replicate this approach using soft brushes, wooden scrapers, and water with minimal soap, working slowly to maintain the patina and integrity of the timber. Cleaning is not just about aesthetics. It allows you to see the true condition of the wood and prepares it for preservation treatments. Why controlled moisture and heat are crucial for restoring aged beams. One common challenge in restoration is reintroducing moisture or heat too quickly, which can really stress the wood. Historical carpenters knew that gradual drying and controlled warming stabilized timber and prevented cracking. For restoration, moisture can be carefully rebalanced by placing beams in a well-ventilated, sheltered environment and, from time to time, misting areas that are prone to brittleness. Gentle heat, such as low-temperature ovens, radiant panels, or proximity to a controlled fire, can help remove deep-seated moisture or encourage resins to settle, but it must be applied slowly. The principle is to maintain equilibrium between the wood's interior and exterior to prevent warping, splitting, or new stresses from developing. How smoke and natural oils protect and enhance aged timber. Smoke treatment, a method used for centuries, not only preserved wood but enhanced its resilience and appearance. Smoke deposits phenolic compounds that deter insects and slow decay. When restoring beams, light smoke exposure can be used to refresh the protective layer, particularly for interior beams that are vulnerable to pests. In addition, natural oils such as linseed or tung oil can be applied to rehydrate and protect timber surfaces. These oils penetrate the fibers, enhancing flexibility and creating a barrier against moisture without masking the wood's natural grain. For practical restoration, apply oils in thin layers with a cloth, allowing time to absorb before repeating, and use smoke treatment only when historically appropriate or necessary. Why joinery and reinforcement matter in restoring structural longevity. Preserving a beam's integrity often involves addressing joint weaknesses. Historical methods, such as mortise and tenon or peg joints, distributed weight and reduced stress. In restoration, damaged joints may require careful reinforcement. Techniques include adding hidden dowels, wooden splints, or minimal metal bracing in a way that maintains historical accuracy while improving strength. Even small interventions, applied thoughtfully, can dramatically extend the functional life of the beam without compromising its authenticity. How patience and observation ensure successful restoration. Restoration is a process measured in weeks or months, not days. Observing changes in the wood's moisture content, color, and flexibility provides critical feedback. Historical artisans understood that patience and attentive observation were more effective than rushed treatments. Modern restorers should adopt the same mindset. Allow treatments to take effect gradually, monitor the beam's response, and make adjustments as necessary. This careful approach ensures that the restored timber maintains both its historical value and its structural reliability. So, why does restoring heirloom beams preserve history for future generations? Well, it's about more than just wood and nails. It's about keeping stories alive, connecting us to the past, and ensuring that, the craftsmanship and memories are passed down for years to come. Every beam tells a story, from the trees that grew centuries ago to the hands that shaped and installed them. Restoring them using time-tested methods allows us to honor craftsmanship, preserve architectural heritage, and, ensure that these structures continue to function safely. Whether for historical reconstruction, heritage projects, or off-grid survival shelters, understanding and applying these traditional techniques produces timber that truly endures. The legacy of preserved wood is built on knowledge, respect, and careful attention. By cleaning gently, balancing moisture, applying controlled heat and oils, reinforcing joints, and exercising patience, modern enthusiasts can restore heirloom beams to their former strength and beauty. If you value the skill, history, and stories embedded in ancient timber, make sure to subscribe to Ancient Know-How. Share this guide with fellow enthusiasts and help ensure that the knowledge of past builders continues to endure for generations to come.